Hey Spuddies, welcome back to Let's Play Imperator Rome. Did I remember to save the game? Did I remember to save the game? Shoot, that's an important thing to remember to do. I gotta check my save files now. Bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. I did. Excellent. Okay. Okay, let me break this tribal vassal status. Get out of here. We do have a truce with them, but we're going to declare war on these guys. Of course, we want to get a fabricated claims because we don't want to have to, lose stability and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, we'll fabricate a claim on these guys, and then we will go to war. They will call in these annoying fellows over here, and we'll be able to take on two of them easily. You go here, you go here. Where is my fourth army? That's down here. Unrest-wise, we have a little bit of unrest in some of these regions where we haven't actually built up a an autonomous stack here. So let's go ahead and get that going. We'll grab a velites here that will be turned into the army that will defend this region. I'm going to wait till that army is up, and then I've also got like 11,000 gold and 200,000 manpower that I could be spending. So let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll have a full 18,000 man legion defending this region. Hey, that kind of rhymed actually, and I didn't mean it to. Rome, I also did a little bit of tinkering around with the provinces in here. So my slaves are actually at 100% happiness. So granaries now don't actually increase the income of this province, but marketplaces will. So now marketplaces are more valuable than granaries because my slaves are happier. So I was kind of tinkering around. I like to tinker around a little bit in between thingadoodles. Let's make sure we convert. We want to have as many of the citizens converted because they're the, like, if you look at a citizen in here, for example, if we convert him, he actually went down. Wait, what? 58 to 53. Wait, why are you druidic? All right. That's fine. All right, then. We'll fix the religion in here later. But that's kind of cool. An Etruscan druid. Are some of my other governors converting? Like, what about you? Like, if I click on you... You're Hellenic. Okay, that's correct. Okay, I'd like to assign this army to the area. It has been assigned to the area. It's now providing unrest reduction. Let's go ahead and declare the war. Should be a fairly straightforward affair. Let's go get that sieged down. I know I have another legion somewhere. I have two down here, and then one up here. This is my big legion. Hey, a martial advance. Can you go hunt these guys down? Are you able to make a border fort yet? Like, I don't really understand the rules for the border fort thing. Like, I wish I understood it, but I don't. Let's go down to speed 4 while we're at war. The continual expansion. Let's go ahead and put you on independent actions. May as well participate in this war a little bit. Start enslaving the local population for our own ends. Looks like they want to get into a fight with me, but I think it is I who shall pick the fight. Someone died. Was the leader of a legion. It's okay, we don't need all of our legions to have leaders. It's not right now. Okay, small battles happening. That's right, keep taking slaves. Now, even though the granaries aren't like... Even though the granaries aren't like increasing the overall happiness of these slaves, it could still be argued that they're better because it'll allow me to just have more pops in the province. So, yeah, I mean, that's a fair thing to say. But I think we can always retool it. Like, I mean, we make 87 ducats a month. We can just spam whatever we want. Let's find a young person with relatively good skill. That guy's 22 with a 7 skill. Marketplaces, I guess. We'll just, like, spam them. I mean, we have stupid amounts of money. Oh, wait, was this actually in Etruskia? Wasn't I spamming granaries here to see what the population looked like? It's probably not going to be much, to be honest. God, that's loud. There's a bunch of marketplaces for you, though. Oh, hey, little island over here could have a marketplace, too. That'll improve the general income, which allow me to support a larger army. Transalpine Gaul leader went. You are 17 with 6 skill. That is good enough. Alright, we've got a big battle happening here. I don't know where you're going or what you're doing. Oh, they have the ferret, the hit and run. Or is that a stoat? I don't know. Actually, you know what? I don't think we need the unrest reduction belief anymore. We could get away with doing like aggressive expansion or national population growth. Let's just do national population growth. It'll just result in more pops. It means we can support more pops in our cities. Grow big or grow home. Grow home was a fun game. How was grow big or grow home not the tagline for that game? Explain that to me. Supply limit for sure. We definitely want that. Because now when I select these guys and go to supply map mode, much more of the map is the right color compared to before. And even when I select this rather larger stack, a little bit more of the map is the right color. Also the music kind of shits the bed when I zoom out too quickly and too aggressively. Alright, we captured this city. That'll automatically occupy all of these provinces for us. It's all fine and dandy. We definitely have too many freemen. Tuscia. Now, even though Tuscia isn't fully converted, in fact, it's not even very well converted, it seems to be overrepresented in the Freeman department. So I think, in order to fix our Gordon Freeman problem, we are going to implement social mobility here to even things out. Aternum is in a similar boat, even though it's not like fully converted. I think it would be better if we were running social mobility to even out these population numbers a bit. It's like freemen are way overrepresented. And then Epirus is actually similar, but that's still being culturally converted. Ideally, we want to try and get away from having provinces with like a huge amount of freemen, and by doing the social mobility, some of the freemen will be turned into citizens. So here's another province. Now this one is still the wrong culture. Man, how long have I been running this project in here? It's like a 15% chance. Feels way lower. We'll do social mobility in here as well. And that'll start to even those out. We'll come back and check on those later. Our occupation is going well. We conquered that. So we've got the war leader siege down, which is exactly what we want. Doing the last little bit of sieging. I'm actually so used to looking at the map in this map mode, I have trouble understanding what's going on in the political map mode. I have hamstrung myself with this. And it is not good. Fort maintenance, that's actually a really good one too. 10% fort maintenance is like a lot. Oh, research points for sure. Wrong culture happiness for sure. A little bit of tech speed. Never hurt nobody. Well, except for the people who I crush with my superior, like, tech. That's who it hurt. You go deal with that little stack over here. Little baby stacks, I feel like, are much more annoying in this game. No, you're on independent operations. I don't know why you would choose to siege this, but fine. You may. Let's keep sieging these down. Probably won't bother to mess with these guys up here. They're like too far out for me to care. Sure thing. I just automatically trade because it's like, it's money. I like money. So why wouldn't I trade things for money? I'm curious. Haven't really made a dent in this yet, have you? Go there. Keep on sieging them down. Reduce the civic faction favors, yes. Okay, we shouldn't be far from a peace deal now. We've only got like a couple of provinces to finish the sieges on, and then we're good to go. Yet more slaves. I'm actually curious. My capital has like 300 slaves. Oh dear. Everywhere else is much more balanced. If I look at it organized by citizens, yeah, I really need to get rid of the tribesmen in here. It's a long and slow process to get rid of tribesmen. Pretenders in Macedon can now be supported. Excellent. Let us sue for peace. We'll take these two provinces. We'll take your money. 12 exhaustion. Kill your leaders. We need another governor. You're relatively young. I don't care about this stuff up here. Well, actually, technically I have a border to it now, don't I? Yeah, but they're in a civil war. Whatever. So Rome is big and beautiful. Let me turn that off. I have the little baby name. But the advantage is we can see the mountains better. Senonia might be a good target next. We're up to 43. Sequania, I think I have a truce with. So this would actually call to war quite a few people that I want to go to war with. So I think it's time to call up some extra legions. 1, 2. You are actually supposed to be independently operated. You can stop. These two, I'm going to bring one legion over here, one legion over here, one legion over here. I'm going to need another legion to fight this guy. Who am I declaring war again on? Sinonia, right? These guys, these guys, these guys, and these guys. So we're going to need another few legions. Let's grab this 24 stack. And I think this was a nice idea, but it's basically just sitting around doing nothing. So I'm going to break it up into 2 smaller legions. And then just recruit 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And grab this one. Head it up this way. Let's grab ourselves 3 more legions. It'll take a little bit of time to recruit these, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, recruit the army. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And similarly, one more time. We'll wait for those armies to get recruited. It'll take a bit of time for them to get recruited and married up and ready to march. New leader, military faction. Morale of armies boost. Alright. Everyone should be meeting up in the not too distant future. Man, we can raise legions like that. It's pretty crazy, actually. We just raised 5 legions in like a couple months. I know I'm using the 20 stack template. I could probably safely go up to a bigger template, but a lot of this terrain that we're fighting in over here is still really low supply. So I feel like smaller stacks that are like individually controlled are better. You're taking attrition here that you should not be. There is no need for it. Trade winds, Laconic. Got a couple of cohorts up here. Or legions, rather. Salassian Civil War ended, eh? I really should make these provincial armies bigger or smaller or something to make them easily differentiated at a glance. So what we're going to do is take these provincial armies. We're just going to add like 2 troops to bring them up to 20 so they're easy to differentiate. Wait, you're not. You're not a provincial army at all. You are. Oh, we actually are taking a bit of unrest now. Actually, I'm curious. Now that we have higher aggressive expansion, are we taking penalties to our slaves? We are. So marketplaces are still better if we're going to be rapidly expanding. Or sorry, granaries are. I meant to say. Granaries are going to be better if we're rapidly expanding because we can just support like endless slaves and have them be really, really happy. So, you know, marketplaces have their niche. So we have 2 stacks on the way. Now I want to double confirm who we are going to be fighting here. These guys, these guys, these guys, these guys, and these guys. So I'm quite glad that I pulled up more legions. Let's grab some at least adequate leaders. You're pretty young. Whoever's at the top of the list gets to command a legion. Alright, so let's take 2 of these guys. Bring 1 up here. Bring 1 up here, move this one across. That's you taken care of. bring a couple of these guys up this way, and then another one over here, and we'll kind of do some micromanaging from there. It's a lot of armies. It's a lot of goddamn armies. We've got 2 down here too. And just for the sake of it, let's do fort construction. Have people been building buildings in here? Like bad buildings? Yes. Here's a good fort. Here's another good fort. Here's a good fort right there. There's a good fort. There's another good fort. Just throwing up some forts here and there. Similarly, a couple forts in this area. Appeals to me. Just to make sure that we have, generally speaking, well-defended borders. It's like a bit of fort construction, right? It's just going to make us nice and blue, harder to sort of run rampant inside our territory and take a bunch of slaves. That's mostly what... I feel like that's what forts' main role is to prevent people just taking your people as slaves, like willy-nilly. Alright, let's let some time pass. Aquitania down here is about to, like, absolutely swerve dunk on these kids. Let's get the fabrication ready on Sinonia. So probably the biggest parts are going to be these northern parts, actually. You cap that. You go capture that. You head up this way. You go take that fort. You go take that fort. Interesting. Slave revolt in Exism. You chose the wrong place to revolt, kids. Since Daddy Governor troops will be looking to take care of you. Yes, you may buy my goods. Oh, we just barely won that fight up there. It was like a close one. Let's go get these fortresses sieged. I've got an 18 stack here. And Aquitania actually took that over. So that kind of actually simplifies the war for me a little bit. Now I can just throw more legions to the north. Nothing, like, I feel like there's no, like, problem in this game that I can't just throw, like, money and manpower at. And it doesn't get solved, right? Like, you got a problem? Your people don't feel loyal? Just, like, build a bunch of buildings that make them happier. I'm curious, how much does it cost me? Oh my god, it cost me 1,000 duckery dues. Freeman, local tensions, stunted growth. Yeah. Support Roman interests, baby. Let's make sure, we're culturally converting all this territory, right? No. expensive to do this in power, but it is important that we culturally assimilate all of this territory. No, I clicked the wrong one. Oh my god, I'm so sad. You know what? Religious conversion is fine. If there's like two that I'm okay with that aren't like cultural, well, actually, this one just needs to get rid of its tribesmen and civilize a bit, right? Because it's actually almost entirely my pops in here. In fact, it's rolled really well. There's like one pop in here that is the wrong culture. Let's get rid of the Helvetian pop. Please tell me it's this Roman pop that's growing. Okay, Roman pop is growing. I clicked the wrong province. Damn it. It's actually in this province we could very happily do a civilization effort to try and curb the amount of tribesmen we have. Now, out of curiosity, if I organize by social mobility again, have I evened out this number a bit in Tuscia? Epirus is still pretty insane, but that's because it's like uncultural. Yeah, it kind of looks like these have moved down the list, or am I crazy, right? Apulia is a problem. These are my culture group. So it's probably not that big of a deal. Like Apulia actually has a pretty even spread. It's what we're looking for is the difference. So Apulia probably doesn't need to be culturally converted anymore. It could very easily go to like a more normal thing, like just whatever, actually. It's fine, I'll just leave it. It'll get reset when the governor changes. Alright, how is war going? What's this legion? Got some legions standing around. Let's get them into the fray. Pretty excited. Alright, we've got these guys mostly sieged down. We've got a couple provinces to take care of. A couple cities to take care of, I mean. I love how there's just this little Patrii army, just the entire game since I made them my client state, just running around, sieging down random provinces. It's great. We won a castle siege somewhere. Didn't see where. It's probably down here, right? Yeah. Run up north, start taking bites. Some dude arrived in our country. Distribute the slaves. People are buying my goods, dude. We're trading with everyone. We're also going to conquer everyone. That's the goal. Hey, you go there. Go attack those guys. Don't be on shock. Skirmishing is better. You take less casualties. Alright, apparently we used the power of the polygon to win the battle. More pops being enslaved. Who are we at war with? Right, we've mostly occupied what we need to. You can actually go deal with that army. There goes the depressed trait. Cora Vicus, where's that? Cora, it's right there. Like it does seem like they distribute slaves sometimes to nearby provinces, and not only to the capital. I wish I understood the mechanic a little bit better. I want you to go to that fort. Okay, now I'm confident you're going to the fort because your arrow makes a bit more sense. Alright, so we got these guys fully sieged out. They're not the war leaders, so we should be able to individually sue them for peace and take all their territory. And put their people to the sword. And then get to work culturally making friends with them. We gotta siege up a couple of these guys. Okay, you guys can spread out now. There's no need to take this kind of attrition. To 800k manpower. It's a little silly at this point. These are not the war leaders, so I can safely sue them for peace. Put their leaders to the sword. So that's more or less the war already. We got to be thinking about what our next war is. Aquitania could be a good target. It would let me bite off a big chunk of this area. Start unifying some regions into, you know, proper Roman control. I see they have done a thing. Make sure we capture all the provinces that are not adjacent to the fort. This fort should have has a 14% chance to fall already, not a minus 14 chance to. So it could fall any moment now. Defenders desert. There we go. We can take over the last couple provinces. Oh, they actually won a siege back. I am blown away. But we have them fully occupied. So we can... I can't separate sue them, but what I can do is I can sue this guy, take their provinces. I might need to break this siege. I'll probably just assault this to get it done a little bit quicker. Can you place a border fort? Like, what is the requirement here? I need to look into the files. These guys are just standing over here taking attrition. Okay, dude. 2,300 troops, so a quick assault. It'll cost us a lot of manpower, but it will de-siege this and perhaps allow me to sue for peace properly. Let's talk to these guys. Give me your provinces and your money. That's them out of the war. Sequania. I guess I need to de-siege everything they've got going on and then it'll let me piece them out or something. People buying my stuff. As far as I can tell, there's nothing of mine that's sieged right now. The trade pop-ups are getting old, dude, I gotta say. And now we get to take even more. In fact, we get such a huge reduction to our aggressive expansion because our aggressive expansion is so high. It's kind of silly, actually. We could very easily keep expanding now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't think there's anything stopping me from just, like, finding someone new. Like, Amorica. They have no allies. This would be an easy war. They have 72 cohorts. I could simultaneously fight them and Aquitania. Let's take 1, 2, 3. Let me make sure none of these are controlled by governors. One of the leaders did die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Take these 5 legions. Bring them down to fight the good fight. Might have been 6 legions, who knows? And then we'll use these 4 in groups of 2 to fight Amorica. To fabricate our claims. Researcher died. Let's get a new one. Skill 8. We will pacify Gaul, let me tell you. Florentia would benefit more. Sure, I really don't care about which city has the special ability. I mean, it's not my responsibility to care. I was building granaries in here too. This place doesn't have a whole lot of slaves. Like, well, actually, that's not true. You know what, man? That's not true what I just said. These slaves would be made happier. And I like increasing base production, because that will scale up and down. The more aggressive expansion I have, the more effective each granary is. Because it represents a bigger portion of my base production. Holy shit. Our capital is legitimately filled with slaves. Oh, one of the really interesting things about the game is the more populated the province is, like the bigger the little city in here appears. Like if I go out here to like one of my... I want to find like a Roman city. Like if I click here, it's like mildly populated. Like here's a really small city. And then... And in fact, I can even show this to you. Like, let's say I wanted to make Genoa a bigger... Well, where's the regional capital? Here. Like, let's say I wanted to make this a bigger city. I would come over here. I would go to Savo, and I would say, hey, let's move some slaves into Savo. Wait, what is this? Album Ignum. Wait, where did I get Savo? Oh, I'm using Savo. Listen. You see a little house appeared? Another little house appeared. A bigger house appeared. So as you move pops into a city, little houses will appear because it's rendering. I don't know if this is even like a good city. Did I move into the wrong place? I did. I mean, we may as well produce a surplus of fish now that we've moved so many slaves there. Where's this? Album Ignown. We need two more slaves in Album Ignown. Alright. And now you can see like there's more little houses in here. And the really easiest way to tell is like you click on this province, which is like filled with like 100 pops. You click on Roma, it's just filled with houses. And then you come to like a more sparsely populated place like here. So I think I'm going to start mass producing olives in Fregale as well. This will cut into the amount of buildings that are here. I might just cancel too. Well, let's move them to Tibur first. No, I want to be producing olives. So Fregale. And if you look carefully on the map, you'll see the city getting bigger as I move pops into it. Zooming out doesn't help. I thought that was a really cute little touch the developers put in. I can move 3 more. And then I don't lose a building slot. This place gained 2 building slots. Build a bunch of granaries to make these slaves happier and more effective. There you go. We're distributing our population throughout our capital province because a single city just can't support that much pop. You got to do that regularly to make sure your stuff is in line. I'm actually having a hard time staying above the cap of 50 here. We got a barb invasion. Can you go deal with that? They're going to reduce the civilization here. That sucks. It had only gotten up to 13. Might be able to catch them before they flip this one too. It's unlikely. Yeah, they managed to do it. I probably could have made them surrender. Yeah, make them surrender. Yes. Alright, we have our claim here, right? No, I forgot to get my claim here. Aquitania. I have my claim here, though. So we can get started with these guys. We'll be fighting a dual front war in the not too distant future. State burials. National citizen happiness would be really, really good because that would mean overall increase in tech rate. You can see these citizens over here like super unhappy. It would be more for the citizens who are in my tech group but not quite my culture. It would be a significant boost for them. So they're looking for a mano-a-mano fight. They're looking for a big mano-a-mano fight. Let's pile in. Looks like we won that pretty handily. Let's do bottleneck. Although they're probably going to do skirmishing, in all honesty. And if they're going to do skirmishing, deception might be a good move. No, they did deception actually. But even so, even tactics means I win out. Even with a slight disadvantage. Whoa, we rolled poorly and we are taking casualties. And they are not taking casualties. We have the cavalry flanking advantage though. That counts for quite a bit. Got a lot of unrest over here. We'll want to put a stack of troops in charge of guarding that region. In fact, gonna pull one of these stacks over to here, pull you up to here, and then pull you up here. I don't want them taking too many slaves. It's my job to distribute and produce slaves. Alrighty. Yeah, we're gonna need a warband up here. Okay, let's pull you back to heal and pull you back to heal up a bit. You hunt these guys down. We captured the fort, that's good news. There is a big old stack over here. We should be able to fight them off. So Caristia and Santonia now. Oh, these aren't... What about you? What happened to you? Weren't you going to join the war? Well, that changes things. Means I want you in a better position. Wipe them out. Excellent. I want to catch these little armies while they're defenseless, essentially. Oh, that's kind of scary, actually. I changed my mind. Hey, Velia. National unrest for sure. Just cut into this like unrest. We'll fix this with a legion. I should have already had a legion there, but you know, these things happen. Let's get this siege down. All right, almost in position over here. You guys are healed up almost to the point where I'd consider putting you back onto the front. I'd like the light infantry to be a little bit more filled out. Got an augur. Invention, national tribesman output, assimilate pop cost. This one pays off if I want to do any manual assimilation. It pays off pretty quick. Diplo rep is good. Can I start integrating these little ship boys over here? I can. That'll take some time. My Diplo rep is helping. Is it based on their population, out of curiosity? 63, 106. So it seems to be based on their pop. Got it. Alrighty. Get these armies on the move together. I'll let you reinforce one more tick, and I'll take you off this. Mostly the light infantry are what are weak right now. Can't actually go in there. Alright, we are officially in position to start this war. Catch him off guard. Researcher needed. Religious advances. That one seems to go pretty often. Catch all of these armies off guard. I'm tempted just to assign really crappy leaders to this. To like make them go away alert-wise. Because I do want that alert, but it's not always useful. It's a pretty bad battle for us, actually. Although, they're filtering in a way that makes them pretty vulnerable to us. Fall back to the fort. You lose a bit of popularity. We gain a bit of war exhaustion. Although I think we have natural, yeah, we have natural war exhaustion decay. I say natural, like it goes down for us when we're in an offensive war, which is a really good thing. Cross the river to catch that guy. Deception versus deception. Looks like we're winning. We're getting the flanking advantage. That's helping. You don't need to go there anymore. There is a stack out here, though. Let's go see if we can deal with that. We've got them trapped in here in the corner, which is great. Alrighty. Demand his resignation. Pay the city. I guess I could, in theory, hire her to have another one of these import routes. Precious metals would be like the thing to import. All of my citizens here are mostly really happy. What about gemstones? Where are they produced? I know there's some produced over here. There's like 3 produced here, 1, and then like a bunch produced over here. So if I want gemstones, I need to get out to here. It's too bad I don't really understand how the border fort mechanic works. Wait, does the local thing need to have... Does the local thing need to not have a fort? Is that how it works? I think... Is that actually it? If that's it, I'm going to be pretty annoyed. We're sieging, right? Yeah, we're sieging. Let's clean that up. Pretty straightforward war. Lots of pop-ups, dude. I could do without. Part of me wishes I was just like an automatic accept trade deal pop-up. I think this game, I think like the biggest criticism I have of this game is that it didn't learn from older designs of Paradox games, where one of the major concerns was always the fiddly micromanaging nature of the design, and that your empire doesn't scale. Like I'm still getting these trade pop-ups, which are like really, really significant and important when I'm like a really small nation. But when I'm a really big nation, like I don't give a shit. You can buy wine from me. I don't care. Like, why would I care if I'm trading with you or not? You know what I mean? And that's fine. Like it's the system is actually good. It's just that it doesn't scale. I think that's the main criticism I have of Imperator right now. Oh, you're independent. Just do your thing. That's what I tell my ladies. You're independent, baby. Just do your thing. You better believe it satisfies. I don't know where I'm going with this. I was trying to make like some kind of joke, like a reverse joke about how I tell my women what to do. It's like, I don't know. Got lost concentration on trying to tell that joke, and it didn't really go anywhere. But hey, we siege down. I'm gonna, you know what, man? I'm gonna extend this episode a few minutes to finish out this war. Or grow nice and big. Excuse me. That's my province you were sieging? Also, excuse me. That's also my province you were sieging? We are at war with these guys, but I don't think it matters. Like, go de-siege. Do your job. Keep sieging. About to take over Brittany. I almost said Britannia, but that's definitely not what this is. This is 100% not Britannia. It's also not Britannia, if you think about it. It's the first Roman Aquitanian War. I've taken 21 slaves. And in the Amorican War, I've taken 43. My capital has got to be full. It's getting there. We'll handle that after this war, right? We got a lot of work to do. Man, that joke, you know what, that joke is haunting me now, because I keep trying to think of how the hell, because like I knew how to, like when I started telling that, like, just do what you want, like, and be independent, I actually knew how I was going to end the joke, and then halfway through telling the joke, I forgot how I was going to end it. And that's why that is so... does that ever happen to you? Do you ever be like, all right, I've got this great joke, and then you get halfway through and you're like, fuck, dude, I completely just cocked it up, messed it up, and now I feel bad. I remember, oh man, that actually reminds me of like one of the funniest moments was actually, you know what, sometimes like when a joke is pretty bad, it can actually be funnier if you tell it wrong. And I remember I was trying to tell like, it was like some stupid kid joke about vampires using tampons as tea bags. and I accidentally said, what do vampires use as tampons? And like everyone broke out laughing because they knew what the joke was supposed to be, and they knew instantly that I had fucked it up. And then I was like, wait, no, that's not the joke. And I was like, no, I fucked it up. And everyone was like, doesn't matter, it was way funnier this way. Oh man, I remember that now. It actually happened to me while I was playing PlanetSide. That was a great moment. I remember that moment fondly. Wait, why can't I? Oh, because you occupy a fort. That is why. Yeah, for civil, I believe how it works is, I believe if you have a civilization, if you have a country sieged down and they own no provinces, they can be individually negotiated with, even if, like, why is this like a region border? It is. Okay, makes sense. They can be individually negotiated with, even if the 3 years that normally requires individual negotiation haven't passed. Yeah, we got a bit of de-sieging to do. Let's just assault this. It's only 200 men. It'll cost us a chunk of manpower, but like, gets rid of this fast. Yeah, we're gonna want all of these guys to hit this province like on the same turn, day, whatever. Both these wars should be pretty close to over. In fact, I could probably negotiate for peace with these guys right now. There we go. Big, beautiful Rome. Once this is sieged down, we will corner their troops. Man, no matter how hard I try, I just can't go above the aggressive expansion limit. It's kind of silly. It's the fun kind of silly, though. There's something really satisfying about building like a giant super nation in these kind of games. Yeah, sure, you can be friends. I usually just take the friend option because I feel like there's not really many downsides to having friends, other than like being asked to do stuff, like socially obligated by your friends. But it's like a pretty weak downside. Okay, I want everything. I like legitimately. Is this not occupied? Give me all of your base. Because all of it belong to me. Now, you tell me that this is not a big and beautiful Rome, and I'll call you a liar. I feel like we've made some pretty good progress. I believe we are now the most populous nation on Earth. We're up to 10,000 pops in our empire. And a fair portion of them are Roman. 55% of them are Roman. We're catching a lot of tribesmen and freemen, so we got like infinite manpower. Like even Moria is only up to 9,500. We're well and above first place for score, and we've still got 150 years of conquest ahead of us. You think of the rapid pace we've been able to maintain. Now, we are a little bit above our aggressive expansion limit, so we're probably going to be... I'm going to be waiting until it's at least below 50 before I declare more wars. I don't mind it like going way above, but like primary culture happiness and loyalty of subject states, aggressive expansion impact. The main one there is the power costs. That one's pretty brutal. But it does decay faster the larger it is. But yeah, look at this. We a big boy. So I'm probably going to start focusing on conquering the rest of Spain with a few legions. Finishing off up here with a few legions. I probably won't bother conquering Britannia. I'll think about it. But I think our next big goals are Spain, finishing off northeastern France and the sort of Alps countries. There's a few of them in here. They've been kind of, eating each other and blobbing and stuff like that. And then once we have this region and this region unified, then I feel like we have like a singular direction that we can push We can push down into North Africa, and then we can push east over to Macedon and start to eat them up. Because I think now at this point, we're big enough to take on Egypt. Like, they got 220k manpower. We got 811k manpower. Like, that is great. It's a lot of manpower. It is a lot of manpower. We're getting 3,500 manpower a month. Like, look at Phrygia. What are you getting? Like, Moria, the biggest nation comparable to me, has like 300,000 less manpower than me. And I haven't even finished conquering Italy and Sicily. Like, who cares? Who cares about this area, right? Whatever. You have it, right? Because while you're like, oh, I'm scared of Rome, I'm like, taking the world. It's a fun game, though. I am really, really enjoying playing this game. There's something really, really nice about the pop system and all this sort of stuff. Also, painting the map a beautiful shade of Roman red. What more could you want? I will maybe go through here. Depends on how expensive it is, because I don't want to pay more than I should. It's only 15 to change it, actually. So it's pretty cheap. So let's just do a bunch of cultural assimilation. And one other thing that I need to make sure that I do here real quick before I end this episode. I know this one's been going for nearly an hour. Oh, it is an hour. Damn it. I was hoping to finish before an hour. But sometimes you get sucked in. Sometimes you get sucked off too, but don't tell YouTube I said that. You'll get me in trouble. So let's quickly make a velites. I don't know why I made that joke. Fuck, dude, I'm making really, like, sweaty jokes where it's like, oof. Big oof. Alright, anyway. Assign to region, recruit to army. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this will be the garrison army of this area. It'll take care of a lot of the unrest. And then we can focus on expanding into the Belgica region, finish conquering the Celtica region, finish conquering the Raetia region. And then, you know, now, there is a fort here. So does that mean I can place it here now? Does it have something to do with the fort? I swear to God, I will figure this out. Okay. Please tell me it's not something to do with the nearby province having a fort. I swear to God. I deleted the fort. Okay, what if I build a fort? I really don't understand this. But apparently I have more land now. It's like whatever. Alright, here's the litmus test, right? Based on what we've seen now, there's no reason. I delete the fort. Oh my God. It's the forts that do it. Oh God. That's not okay. Why doesn't it tell me that? Anyway. Rome, with its extra little fart gas borders now. Actually kind of looks like a man bending over and farting, kind of. Alright, I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.